Let's be honest for a second. Your smart TV sucks. I know, that sounds harsh, but think about it. It was fast when you bought it, right? Maybe for the first week, the menus were snappy, the apps opened instantly, and everything felt modern. But now it is lagging. The interface is cluttered with ads you never asked for, promoting shows you will never watch. It tracks what you do, sells your data, and every time you try to open Netflix or YouTube, it feels like it takes a lifetime. You press a button on the remote, and there is that split-second delay, sometimes even a 2-second delay, that just drives you crazy. The industry knows this. The manufacturers know this. And most importantly, Apple knows this. That is exactly why what is coming in 2026 is not just a new black box to put under your television. It is not just a minor refresh. It is a complete reset of how we use our living rooms. We were all ready for the upgrade in 2025. The rumors were flying, the leaks were trickling out, and we all had our credit cards ready. But then silence. The silence from Cupertino confirms something massive is happening behind the scenes. If they were just going to bump the specs, add a slightly faster processor, and call it a day, they would have released it already. They aren't just bumping the specs. They are preparing a device that will make every other streaming stick, every smart TV interface, and even some game consoles look like toys. If you are frustrated with the delay, you need to understand the bigger picture here. This gap in time, this extra year of waiting until 2026, is the difference between a minor update and a revolutionary product. We have seen Apple do this before. They wait until the technology is perfect, and then they strike. The heart of this upcoming revolution is pure, raw power. Think about the streaming stick you might have right now. Maybe it's a Fire Stick, a Roku, or the built-in software on your LG or Samsung TV. Most of these devices use cheap, low-power chips. They're designed to do one thing: decode video. That's it. They're built to be as cheap as possible, which is why they start to stutter and slow down after a year of software updates. That is the old way of thinking. That is the good enough mentality. The 2026 Apple TV is rumored to shatter this standard completely. The leaks suggest that Apple is adopting the A17 Pro chip, or perhaps even a variation of the future A19 architecture. This is overkill in the best way possible. You might be asking, why do I need an iPhone Pro chip or a cutting-edge silicon processor just to watch movies? The answer is longevity and fluidity. This chip ensures that the device you buy in 2026 will still be lightning fast in 2031. We're talking about handling 4K high frame rate user interfaces without a single dropped frame. It means scrolling through thousands of movies feels like moving a piece of paper on a desk. Instant, responsive, and tactile. While Roku, Amazon, and Google are racing to the bottom, trying to sell you cheap plastic sticks for $30 or $40 that are basically e-waste waiting to happen, Apple is building a tank. They're building a legacy device. This creates a user experience that feels more like using an iPad Pro than a remote control. But having all that power is useless if you can't use it. And this brings us to the most exciting part of the leak, the feature that is going to disrupt an entirely different industry: gaming. We are way past the point of vague rumors now. The writing is on the wall. Apple has been quietly building a gaming ecosystem for years, and the 2026 Apple TV is the Trojan horse. With the A17 Pro or equivalent silicon, the 2026 Apple TV becomes a legitimate threat to the Nintendo Switch and the Xbox Series S. We aren't talking about playing casual mobile games like Angry Birds or Crossy Road anymore. Those days are over. We are talking about hardware-accelerated ray tracing on a device that fits in the palm of your hand. This chip has the graphical horsepower to load up huge open-world games and play them natively. Think about Resident Evil Village, Assassin's Creed Mirage, or Death Stranding. These are AAA console titles that are already running on iPhones and iPads. The only thing missing was a dedicated box in the living room to run them on the big screen with a controller. Apple has realized that they don't need to build a dedicated PlayStation killer to win the living room. They don't need to compete with the $500 massive consoles directly. They just need to make their TV box powerful enough to run the games you actually want to play seamlessly. This device bridges the huge gap between a casual streamer who plays nothing and a hardcore gamer who spends thousands. It captures everyone in the middle. Imagine coming home, turning on your TV, and instantly jumping into a high-fidelity game without needing a noisy fan, a massive console, or a disk drive. It's all there, silent and powerful. And because it is Apple, the integration with your existing controllers, PlayStation, Xbox, or Nintendo controllers will be seamless. But a powerful chip and great games are nothing if the connection is bad. Now, let's address the connectivity because this is the invisible feature that changes everything. The new model is expected to ship with Wi-Fi 6E and potentially the next generation Wi-Fi 7. Most people ignore this on the spec sheet. They look at the storage or the resolution, but they forget about the radio. But you shouldn't. If you live in a city or an apartment complex or even a house with a lot of devices, your airwaves are congested. Your current Wi-Fi is fighting through interference from your neighbor's router, your microwave, and your Bluetooth devices. Wi-Fi 6E is like opening a private tunnel for your data. It uses a new 6 GHz frequency that older devices can't even see. What does this mean for you? It means that when you click on a massive 4K HDR movie with high bitrate audio, it plays instantly. No loading bar, no buffering width, no pixelation for the first 10 seconds while it catches up. It creates an experience where the content feels like it is already stored on your hard drive. It feels local. Combined with the new Thread support for smart homes, this box becomes the central nervous system of your house. It will control your smart lights, your door locks, your security cameras, and your thermostat faster and more reliably than any other hub on the market. Because it is hardwired or connected via this high-speed Wi-Fi, your smart home commands will be instant. No more asking Siri to turn on the lights and waiting 3 seconds. It happens the moment you speak. You might be thinking that all this tech sounds incredibly expensive. A pro-level chip, ray tracing, next-gen Wi-Fi. This sounds like a $300 device, right? This is where the viral twist comes in. The reports coming from the supply chain are shocking. Analysts are actually predicting a price drop. We are looking at a potential starting price of under $100. If this is true, it is a declaration of war. Apple usually charges a premium. That is their business model. They sell high-margin hardware. But in this case, they might be using the loss leader strategy. A loss leader is when a company sells a product at a loss or for no profit just to get you into their ecosystem. Consoles like PlayStation and Xbox have done this for years. Apple could sell this hardware at a crazy low price just to get you to sign up for Apple TV Plus or Apple Arcade or Fitness Plus. Imagine getting the most powerful streaming device ever made, with a chip faster than most laptops for $99. It would instantly kill the market for high-end Rokus and Fire TV cubes. There would be absolutely no reason to buy anything else. Why would you buy a laggy plastic stick for $50 when you could get a supercomputer for your TV for $99? We have to talk about the design, or rather, the lack of a new one. The 2026 model will likely keep the same black footprint we have seen for years. It's a small, matte black square. Don't let this disappoint you. This is a calculated move. This is smart engineering. By keeping the outside the same, they spend $0 on new molds, new factory tooling, or new assembly lines. They don't need to redesign the thermal vents or the packaging. Every single penny they save on the outside goes directly into the chip and the price cut. It is a strict function over form approach that we rarely see from Apple, and it is exactly what we need. You don't look at the box, you look at the screen. Who cares what the box looks like if it is hidden in a cabinet? So, here is the reality we are facing. The wait until spring 2026 is going to be painful. We all want a new tech now, but it is necessary. If you buy a streaming device right now in 2024 or 2025, you are buying technology that is about to become obsolete. You are buying the old architecture. Apple is cooking up a perfect storm. A console-level chip, a rock-bottom price, and future-proof connectivity. This isn't just an upgrade. It is the final nail in the coffin for slow, ad-filled smart TV interfaces. The king of the living room is coming back to reclaim the throne. In my opinion, this is the most exciting product in Apple's pipeline because it is the most accessible. Not everyone can afford a $3,000 Vision Pro headset. Not everyone needs a $1,500 iPhone. But everyone has a TV, and everyone hates how slow it is. If Apple nails the pricing, this will be in every living room in the world. It solves a real problem that millions of people deal with every single day. It turns the most annoying part of your evening, fighting with your TV remote, into the smoothest part. I want to hear your side of this. Are you tired of your smart TV interface? Is it lagging for you right now? Or are you happy with what you have? And is the sub $100 price point a dream? Or do you think Apple will actually do it to crush the competition? Let's argue in the comments below. And if you like the video, subscribe, share the video, and hit the bell icon. Trust me, you want to be ready for what happens next.